This is the mental condition we in right now, and you have to embrace it and stop acting like somebody doing something to you. You know you toe it up. Whether it's rap music, let me tell you something. Somebody who got something, it don't matter if they listening to rap music. They ain't finna tell because they know what it's like to own something. Mm-hmm. You should have it where you can't go on a boat unless you own something.
Corey Holcomb goes in on the Carnival Cruise Line. Man, I was about to hit this subject. It's a crazy situation that's going on, but it's a reckoning, of course. It had to happen. Y'all were acting up on them boats. Like, I don't understand why so many people are acting this way on a cruise. Have y'all been outside the house? Can't take you anywhere. God.
Look, I tried not to talk about this because it's all over the internet, but I can't help it. The boat cruise.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say their name. Carnival Boat Cruise has turned into a shit show. And because we are discriminated against, we play on that for fucking up the boat.
Fighting at sea is crazy.
Crazy. Insane.
Maritime law is different.
Hey, man, they talk about leaving you at the port where they stop at now. You get home on your own.
You want to know the actual rules, the actual new updated ban rules? Or whatever?
Give it to us quick. Be brief, because we got to go in on this.
Okay, first there's a teen curfew. Guests under 18, which makes sense, but I can't believe that they have it till 1 a.m. It says they under 18 must, by themselves, have to be up by 1 a.m. or accompanied by an adult 21 and over. Age policy, solo cruises got to be 21 plus. Fan ban. Ain't no fans, but your electric ones. Hello. Yeah.
No, Darlene, they're not talking about those kind of fans. They're talking about that damn fan dance. Where them fans at? Whap. Whap. They don't want people slapping their fans around in people's faces. Now tell me who's doing this dance with a fan. My people, my people.
They're still battery-powered ones are still cool. Pool chair rule. Leaving your chair unattended for over 40 minutes, the crew may remove your belongings to free up space. Behavior equals consequences. And this is actually their rules on their page. Disruptive guests can be removed without a refund and may be fined up to $5,000. Boarding requirements, check in online by midnight before sailing. Be prepared so you can relax and enjoy your cruise. And they say, hit us up for more tips, but that's how they put it. And there's more rules that other people were on a cruise since it was set, because it was just set in June, the end of June.
Y'all want to go?
One guy said the drinks, too.
Go.
So there's the alcohol.
Because they had a package where you could just drink until you won't.
I'm going for the food. I heard the food be fire on cruises. I ain't never been on one, so I'm just...
Man, let me tell you something, Hobie. I'm going to go first, if that's cool.
Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm an African-American male hailing from Robert Taylor Home Projects. My people are in the hood. You heard me? My people are in the hood. Let me just say this. The difference between us, black folks, and everybody else is we were kidnapped by the masses, brought here to build this nation and didn't get nothing for it. All right, let's just put that out there. That's damage.
Well, does that sound like reparations are in order? I'm just saying, if we agree with those statements, why shouldn't there be reparations? I'm asking.
Damage to people. Now let's talk about 2025. They finally saying something about the cruise ships. Listen, man, anywhere broke folks go, they gonna jump it off.
That's real shit. Yeah.
Anybody broke that's somewhere, they gonna cause problems because this is their way of saying, fuck that shit.
Pretty much.
especially my people who gets no respect, who's been done wrong, who's been kidnapped and brought here, don't even know where we come from. You heard about, oh, we from Africa. They make sure that they don't show you who you are and where you from. As a result of this, I got people I love, I wouldn't take them outside of what the fuck they know. I got people that's my homies. Do you think I'm finna take them somewhere? They will fight, drink, do whatever, and say, fuck this shit, man.
I didn't ask you to bring me. You invited me. I didn't ask you.
Tell them.
Yeah.
I'm talking about mine. I know about my people.
Don't you all have those family members where you just know things can go left? Things can go left and people will act the fool. They'll act the fool right there with you.
I'm finna call Double and them to meet me somewhere where it's outside of what they know. They're gonna destroy it.
Wow.
Because they know this ain't where I belong. Especially with black people on a boat. That's how they kidnapped us. The spirit of the slaves that were thrown overboard is looking up in the ocean like, damn, that's what we turned into, huh? Y'all, motherfucker, let me tell you something, man. Black people can't be out at if they ain't never been around. If you don't own property, you don't know nothing about being responsible when you leave the hood. If you own something, you might be trained because you own it to be like, oh, I don't want to tear my shit up. It's people that don't own shit, but
It's like people don't value things that don't belong to them. Have you ever had somebody borrow something from you and it come back broken and they don't know how to replace it or they can't afford to replace it? But it's like it was so much pressure for them to borrow. Hey, man, let me borrow your camera, man. I know you be using it to do these videos, but and I know you need it for every day, but I'm gonna borrow it. And the shit come back broken. That's because these people did not have anything of value there, so they don't respect anything that is of value, especially if it's not theirs. Let me borrow your car. I'll bring it back.
bonnets, liquor they snuck on, bad attitudes because everybody's shining and they ain't got shit. They ain't even supposed to be on the boat. They caught a buddy pass. They got a buddy pass to get to the boat. You take them people somewhere, they gonna tear shit up. If you don't know that, then you ain't up on things. As Snoop Dogg said, you just can't take people out of their element. Hell yeah, it's fights on the boat. Hell yeah, it's speakers bumping in each room, and you knock on the door, ma'am, your speaker's loud. What you mean? We paid for this. Actually, it's the one who ain't even paid for it. It's the one who in the room with the person that paid for it.
Right.
Come on, man. We know our people can't go nowhere, man. We can't go nowhere. This is the mental condition we in right now, and you have to embrace it and stop acting like somebody doing something to you. You know you toe it up. Whether it's rap music. Let me tell you something. Somebody who got something, it don't matter if they listening to rap music. They ain't finna tell because they know what it's like to own something. You should have it where you can't go on a boat unless you own something. If you don't own property or if you don't own something that shows responsibility to it, how are you going to go somewhere? Will tear up your car. Will come to your house and break shit. And these your people, your sister, brother, cousin, what? Right. They ain't finna say, oh, my bad. My homeboy, one of the homeboys I love, this opened up his car, put a dent in the rent-a-car I was in. Oh. I saw him do it. You know what that said? Man, I ain't do no like that. Instead of saying, damn, man, I Chicago. Somebody who got
Yeah.
some in their life, they'll be like, oh man, I done told this man car open the door drunk fast. Clown. That act like he ain't know. They always gonna act like they don't know. They not gonna say, hey, I gotta be a better person. I'm on a boat. What I look like fighting. Broke folks at sea? Hell no. Broke folks getting on the boat. Broke folks fight at the airport. What are you talking about? They be in baggage claim.
Yeah, and they don't know what it is to fight at the airport. You ain't even on U.S. laws at that point. You in international territory and don't even realize it. That's why I don't understand why people turn up on airplanes.
Doing the shit that they do. This is what they do. They not going to be able to stop. They're mentally. And the people who own the boat, they want to try to make a couple of dollars to get somebody on a boring ass boat. Yeah. So yeah, if the hood can come turn up on the boat, they'll come turn up on the boat.
They will.
That's why they will ride the boat, so they could turn up on the boat. And I'm saying it's like,
nigga be on the boat shooting dice in the bathroom.
Can you imagine how ghetto the boat is? In the hallway, a girl walking to the cabin who got on a bikini. Woo, look at that big old ass that right there.
Selling loose cigarettes.
What are they calling it, D?
Rebranding. That's what Carnival is. And if you've seen some of the videos, it is quite funny. I mean, I'm wondering if some folks just did not know what to expect when they got on there. Like, you can see some of the families that are like, and then there's girls like dancing with this stuff right in front of like the old man, and they're all.
Can you imagine the lawn chairs? Somebody done put a towel on the lawn chair and they've been gone 40 minutes talking about, this my chair. Are you serious? Who wants to get on a boat with the people from the hood?
You know what they call what we've done to adapt to that, right?
What?
In science, they call it disassociation. People who come from nothing like us, we create some alter ego to cope with the circumstances that we've dealt with. It's a way that we can like separate ourselves from it. And a lot of people who haven't done that, they just haven't developed a way to cope and embrace a new way of thinking. They're just totally in what they've been in since they were a child.
Man, look, I ain't finna try to be all super formal with this. Whenever I'm smart enough to know if I take my people. The first time I did the Chicago Theater, Sam was finna fight security.
Oh, Sam.
I know this about Sam. You know what I'm saying? Sam was finna fight one of the security off-duty cops.
So yeah, that's interesting because, I mean, it brings up some good points. Like, you got to think about how people that have been deprived of a lot, they tend to cling to things that they can attain, that they can reach. Like, some of these cruises are starting in the range of like $200 per person, you know. Now, that's just really talking about these Carnival cruises, you know, the cruise that was advertised on The Price is Right and all those shows back in the day. You know, that's the commercial level cruise. There are levels to these cruises, and I don't think a lot of people realize that. They think you got to go to Carnival or one of those commercial brands. There's 5-star cruises that will take you all over the world in different places in style if you want to get away from that crowd. But it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you a lot more money to get away from this element. And I'm not going to come down hard on just black people, although they are making the headlines and they are the reason for these rule changes a lot of the times based on the videos that have gone viral recently. And there's a lot of young black people, too, that are going on these trips. Look like they're in their 20s or so. But the price point actually attracts even lower economic status people who of other races. So you're also getting that element tied in with it. You know what I mean? So it's not just, you know, it's not just because of all this, but a lot of these rule changes specifically are no rap music, you know, like they're saying you can't bring the fans or where them fans at. You know, this is all specifically tied to the black community that they're making swift action. And I think, you know, it is going to take away from their base, but I think that's a base that's expendable to them. So I think it really just started getting popular again here in the past few years, probably since the pandemic. But me personally, I wouldn't want to be on no cruise, not just any cruise, you know, because during the pandemic, a a lot of people got stuck on a boat because they were all being quarantined on the actual boat. And that seemed like one of the worst nightmares, because when you're stuck on a boat for months at a time and you had only planned to be there for maybe a couple weeks or a couple days, and now you have to do that, like, that's the reality of being out there on sea. The sea is vicious. I don't think people realize, like, some of these boats are huge, but some of these waves are the height of skyscrapers out there. The further and further you go out in the deep sea. Now, most of these are just going around the Caribbean, but, you know, storms can happen out there too. And being trapped in a boat, you might not think that's the best place to be. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that would be the best place to be. But a lot of people are still going on these cruises. They go religiously every year, church trip, all these groups going on cruises. Like, it's something that is done as a relaxation, you know, but it does seem a little bit like a poor man's vacation. Plus, they only stop at certain ports, and like, you only get to go in the port, go to the gift shop, and come back out. Like, who gets to enjoy a country like that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I like to go places and stay for a while. You know, that it doesn't sound like fun to me to just say I went just because I touched the ground in the most tourist part of that area, that country. You know, because people treat you differently if you're a tourist, you know, coming off a boat, and especially if you're a cruise port. That's probably like 90% of their GDP. You know, that's probably like the major hospitality is where they get the major part of their resources, you know. So either way, great topic from Corey Holcomb. Once again, I've been meaning to talk about it myself. But anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is Fawcett Media.